Hi, this is Shannon from Millrace Center. So glad to join you today. I have a super easy craft project for you, something that you have around the house, I'm sure. Just made from old t-shirts. We're going to make a bag that we can take to the grocery, fill up with all our essential items like that I have sitting on the table, and that way you can cut back on items that can be recycled. So as you go through your closets, maybe you're organizing right now, this would be a great way to save some old t-shirts and get double use out of them. So here's a t-shirt. We're just cutting the sleeves and the neck out, and at the bottom we just tie it in knots by making little cuts, little slits, and then tying those in knots. So it's a no-sew project because I'm not one who can sew. So let me show you how it's done. So here's my sample t-shirt here, and I already cut one sleeve off here, and you're just cutting right along the edge of the seam, and this will make the handle. Now you want your handle to be wide enough. If it's too thin, it might break. So we just take that off. We're going to just simply cut around the neck, leaving extra space so to have an extra wide handle. I just took a pencil and just kind of slightly drew a little line all the way around just to give me a guide. So let's just cut this. You always want to cut, I guess, less because you can't sew it back on. So it would be better to make more cuts and it be too small and have to make it a little bigger because you can't put that fabric back on once you cut it. So there's the top part of our bag. See, really easy. Now let's flip it over and go to the bottom. You can see I already made some cuts here along the bottom. I'm just lining my t-shirt material up and just trying to keep them all about the same size. And just make those cuts up. Now this last one on each end, you're going to have to open that up, that little bit of the t-shirt there, open it up and cut it down the middle. Now you're going to want to just smooth your edges out and you just start making knots. It's that easy. And I tie it in 2 knots to make sure it's tight along the bottom. The hardest part of this is just making sure your top and bottom pieces match up. So you want to keep your project kind of laying flat. And that's it. You're just going to finish knotting this all the way across. I'll do one more here. Again, making 2 knots. See how that gathered together? Now, if we open up our bag on this one that's already done, we can just load up our items, and probably items you want around the house or need to go to the store to go get, like our Lysol, our Kleenex, and there you go. You can take your t-shirts, they can go easy into the washing machine after you go shopping, and then reuse them for the next trip. Thanks for joining me.